What's got you out here?
I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm homeless.
Once you get on the streets, it's really difficult to get off.
Imagine this, a child, no older than 8, bundled in a threadbare coat, doing homework by flashlight, inside a car parked at a Walmart. A nurse, who once saved lives, now fighting frostbite in a tent. A veteran who swore to protect this country, sleeping in a drainage ditch. This isn't a dystopian movie, it's Colorado, today. In just 12 months, family homelessness here exploded by 134%. Let that sink in. 8,500 families. 18,715 people, with no home to call their own. Not in a decade, not in a year. Right now. While postcard-perfect Rockies loom in the background, a hidden war is ravaging the Centennial State. But here's what'll shock you. This isn't just Denver's problem. It's not just those people. It's your neighbors, your kids' classmates, the barista who served your latte this morning. And the worst part? No one's talking about it. Colorado is unraveling. In the shadow of the Rocky Mountains, a humanitarian disaster is unfolding, one that defies the state's postcard-perfect image. Over the past 2 years, homelessness has surged by 134%, leaving 18,700 families without shelter. Children sleep in cars parked outside schools. Veterans battle PTSD on sidewalks. Grandparents ration insulin while sleeping in tents. This isn't a distant tragedy. It's a crisis swallowing the Centennial State whole. The statistics are staggering. Denver alone accounts for 4,000 unhoused individuals, a 10% spike since 2023. Statewide, rents have skyrocketed 40% since 2020, far outpacing stagnant wages. A full-time minimum wage worker here cannot afford a one-bedroom apartment anywhere. Federal data reveals 771,480 Americans experience homelessness on any given night. But Colorado's crisis is uniquely dire. Its per capita rate exceeds the national average, with systemic failures compounding the chaos. While Denver's tent city has become a symbol of defeat, Colorado Springs offers a glimmer of hope. By deploying advanced encampment mapping technology and tripling outreach teams, the city reduced homelessness by 12% in 2023. Contrast this with Denver, where punitive cleanups displace people 10 times per month, scattering belongings and erasing lives. The lesson? Solutions exist, but they require political will, not performative cruelty. The roots of this crisis run deep. A 40-year-old Supreme Court ruling, Lindsay v. Normet, bars cities from mandating affordable housing, tying lawmakers' hands. Meanwhile, mental health resources are vanishing. Colorado ranks 48th in access to psychiatric care, with waitlists stretching 6 months. Addicts seeking treatment face a labyrinth of bureaucracy. We're setting people up to fail, says Tara de la Fuente, a volunteer with Denver's street outreach team. Homelessness isn't just a moral stain, it's an economic catastrophe. The Colorado Coalition for the Homeless estimates that stable housing could reduce ER visits by 60% and slash mental health costs by millions. Yet cities prioritize sweeping encampments over building homes. Amid the despair, grassroots heroes emerge. Volunteers distribute meals in sub-zero temperatures. Nonprofits like the Boulder Homeless Shelter retrofit buses into mobile clinics. And in Denver, a tiny home village, built by donors and volunteers, houses 200 people, proving that change is possible. The line between us and them is thinner than a tent flap in a blizzard. Tomorrow's headlines start with today's courage. Share this story, demand action, support those fighting on the front lines. And remember, in Colorado, we're all just one paycheck, one illness, one bad break from the streets. Subscribe for more stories that don't just inform, they ignite change.